Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Garrick, and today from our friends at Find It Trading, we have the cutest little teddy bear collection. This is Teddy Berry's Beauties. So sweet. It's got an 8x8 paper pack, as well as these 4 different sets of 3D push-out sheets, or we call them paper toll or 3D decoupage, 3D elements. So cute. You guys, they make cards. I have to show you this one that Debbie made. Look at that. Just the cover is adorable. Look what she did on the inside. Look at that. So cute with that pop-up. This is our giveaway card for this episode. So if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer could win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, let's take a look through the paper pad. So it's got 16 double-sided sheets, 12 of each design, and then 2 embellishment sheets. All right. So a little card idea here, so cute. And then look at this adorable paper, you guys, with the stripes, the hearts, the dots, the chevron, the stars. This little all-over print with these sweet little bears. So cute. Polka dots. I love the little ombre effect going here. And the hearts. And then cute with the all-over print. Cute little tiles and the plaid, and then we're getting with our cute little guy here, and then I think we're just duplicating all the way till the end where you get a sheet of these great tags and a sheet of the little art cutout with all the little accessories. I think is so cute. All right, so let's take a look at this first sheet. Is very birthday themed. And you're getting 3 separate little 3D images. Each one is labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 being the base, and then 2 being the next layer, and so on. As far as layering these with foam tape, we have a couple of different options for you. We've got the little large squares. There's 100 die-cut double-sided foam tape squares in this one. And then there's 400 in this one, and they're super small. I think these are great for travel, for going to crops, hanging out with friends and doing things. But Debbie and I always tell you guys it's really great to use our giant roll of foam tape. There's 150 feet or 50 yards of continuous half-inch wide foam tape, and it is like 20 bucks. And this is what we rely on. And how we do it is we just clip off a small amount, and then it's really nice to use scissors that have a little bit of what do you call it, titanium scissors, so they're not as sticky. And then you just do that, and then you clip them this way, and then you've got all of your little rectangles in this case. But it is so much, like you could get any size strips, and so you don't have to rely on the little squares. And there's not as much adhesive backing to take off too. All right, so for this one, you guys, let's talk about this card that Debbie made. Okay, so on the front here, she's got this one. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. Then she used a little rectangle die with a scallop on it right here for this sort of little landing pad right here, okay? So she covered it with that cute little paper with all the little scenes and things on it. And then she took the plaid paper, used the scallop die, inked the edges with our favorite cocoa bean ink and a little applicator tool just to give it some definition. It's so you're not having to add a matte to this, okay? So you're just darkening that edge a little bit. And then she foam taped that to the card front. This is one of the little tag cutouts. She foam taped that as well, and added to the tag our little tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers that come in this big collection all in one pack with all of these different colors. And of course she used the little bronzy brown one. And then just added happy birthday there. So these are the little cutouts from the cutout sheet, right? How cute is that? And then here's our little 3D piece. See all the different layers with the foam tape in it. And these were the cutouts from the back of the book. And then she added those and foam taped those as well. Now on the inside, you guys, she cut some panels right here from that same all over print. And then this mechanism right here is a double flap pop-up card cutting die. Okay, it's from our fabulous folded card series. So you do need a die cutting machine for this. It looks like this. okay? You can see right here are these little pop-up pieces that come out. These nice solid pieces of metal are so great because they go through your die cutting machine, and unlike the little outline ones, these don't bend, they stay really nice and firm. So I'm going to show you how to do this mechanism. We think it's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Now, where did you put it, Lene? Here it is. All right, so I went ahead and I die cut it from the chevron, all right? And it's gonna come like this. And then on the back of this, we not only give you the written instructions, but we also do the little pictures, okay? Which I don't know about you, but I gotta use both of these, okay? And so what you're doing is I like to start with folding these two flaps, which are these right here. You're folding those like forward, okay? And then this piece right here, those are what we call mountain folds. So you're folding these like this. And then this piece right here, which is in the center, that one is a valley fold. It's getting sort of pinched down like that. Now, then you're going to end up with these 4 little corner pieces right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what's going to actually stick into the card so that the rest of it is free to move, okay? So these pieces are going to get stuck down. And we've put a little bit of extra sticky tape. And you see here where you're putting it here. So this is where we are in the process. And you could use extra sticky tape like this with the red one. This is also super strong tear tape. I'll link both of these down below the video, or you could use glue as well. So whatever you like to use. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we've got this all folded and it's like this. So in the instruction process, we're on step 4 right here. And then we're gonna take the extra sticky tape on what's going to go, it's gonna go like this in the card, just like that. So let's start with flipping this over, and we're going to take the tape off of these little flaps right here. Okay. I always like using a pokey tool when I'm using the red double extra sticky tape. I always want to call it double stick tape. It's extra sticky tape. There we go. Oops, just poked myself. Don't do that. All right, now we're going to turn this over, and then we're going to kind of hold these like this, and then you're going to want to make sure that you have equal space at the top and the bottom, so you're centering that on the card, and then you're getting really close to the, I wish I could point here, but this side of the right card edge, and you're going to just put that down right there, and you're going to stick that, okay? So that's where we are, just like this, okay? And now we're going to take our little pokey tool and we're going to take off the rest of this right here. Okay, there's 1, 2. Okay, we've got this one here. And here. Okay. Now we're going to take our card and we're just going to close it. Let's burnish that a little bit on the tape. And then when you open it up, see how it's centered? This side and this side centered. And then you can just add your little 3D pieces right here. Now you can leave this just like this, okay? Or you can take wide strips of paper like Debbie did, or you can take thin strips of paper like I'm doing here, and you can just glue them over the ends like that. And it also is nice to like continue to cover the card. So you could do either one of those. Here's a plaid. You could use solid, whatever you want. These tabs right here that we just glued in, they could also go on the top of your paper if you don't want to cover them. So it doesn't really matter. That's just the way we do it, is just cover those up a little bit so it looks like a continuous decoration. I need a drink. Let's see. A little water break. All right. So yeah, that is a really fun one to put together, and I think pretty easy to do. Once you follow the directions and give it a try, the most important part is getting your folds correctly, and then getting it in there is pretty simple. All right, so then Debbie put tag here and a tag here and added some more of those tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers. Once she assembled these little pieces, she just glued those in there with little cosmic shimmer glue. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, this one, you guys, is one that I made, and it goes like this, but I didn't use a die for this. This one is just super simple. It requires 2 sizes of cards. Okay, so one is this case, a 5 by 6.5 inch, and then I opened it up and I scored it using my scoreboard. I scored it at 2.5 inches here and 2.5 inches here, right? And then you're just going to fold it like this, and let me grab my scoreboard here because I forgot to bring my regular bone folder, and then just go ahead and fold that really nicely. So this is what's going to look like, whoops, swirl it all around. When you're all done, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like an M shape, okay? Super easy, right? And then, move that over there. This is just a little 4x4 card. So you could cut down a 5 by 6.5 inch card, or you could use a 5x5 card and just cut it down by an inch, okay? So once you have that done, you've got your M shape, you're covering these panels with paper, in this case, the little hearts, okay? And you're cutting them just smaller than these 2.5 inch wide panels. So right now these are 2.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So I would just cut them down by like 1/4 of an inch on the length and the width, and then glue them to each panel. And then I also used the cocoa bean and my little applicator tool on all of the folds, including the center one, okay, so all of these, and then around the edges. So that was done. And then once you've got that done, then you're going to take your little 4x4 card, and then on the, what would be the outside of the card normally, you're going to take that and do the same thing. Cover that with paper. In this case, I did the stripe paper, and I cut it just slightly smaller than that 4-inch square on each panel, so like 4 3/4. Then I went ahead and inked the edges of this, and then we've got these little doilies, you guys. I added a little white doily to each one. We also have these in brown, but I wanted the little brown bears to, you know, contrast on the white, so that's why I went with white. And then you're just going to take either some extra sticky tape or some glue, and you're just going to glue this. It's easier to just shut it like this. You're going to glue this on this side, okay, and then flip this over. You're going to glue it on this side so that when you open it up, it does this. All right, and then it's folded, and this will still fit inside of the standard 5x7 envelopes, because you guys, it's still the same size card. It's even a little bit smaller, but it'll fit in a standard envelope. So it's just something fun. And then adding some of these great, we love these. Tell us in the comments if you've tried these oval border dazzle stickers. This is in the regular set, and then we have a color set as well. And I used the brown ones right here, and I just put them down the edges. Yeah, I'd love to know what you think about these. Just love them. And then one of the cutout tags, adding hugs there with our We're Together Dazzle sticker collection. They come in one pack with all these colors, and I just used the brown right there, and then added a little brown ribbon, little polka dot brown ribbon from our brown ribbon collection. Super cute. And then, as I said, it just gets folded down. If you want to write a message, do it on the back. You could add some of the little cutouts maybe to decorate that. But it's super easy for somebody to receive because they just open it, stand it up like that. All right, moving on to the next one. This is another 5 by 6.5 inch card. So cute. Debbie took scraps of these different patterns, and she glued a scrap here, a scrap here. So actually, I think she started with this polka dot one right here. There's a scrap that's about 2 inches wide here. And then this little heart one, there's just a little rectangle that she put right there. And then these are just continuous long scraps from the chevron paper. Glued those there. Did a little inking on the edges. And then another strip just right across here. Before adding this strip, she added these brown Jewel Dazzle stickers and did them along the edges, and then did them along the edge here. Then added this inked polka dot paper, added some more of those We're Together Dazzle stickers in the brown right here, and then went ahead and did her little 3D bear, and that one comes from this little collection. So cute with the car, the boat, the plane. Really a quick one and a great one for using your scraps. All right, now we've got this one. This is a slimline card. This is 8.5 inches by 3.5 inches. This is another great one for using up scraps because Debbie took the star paper, which was about 2 inches wide, and she went all the way down here. And then you've got striped, just like the edges of some of that striped paper as well. Just took little strips of that and added that, using some more of those brown Jewel Dazzle stickers at the top and the bottom edge. Here's one of the tags. She inked the edges of that and then foam taped that here and added anniversary Dazzle stickers. So cute, and the little brown. And then put these little guys together, which are just so cute. I love them. They're just this cute little couple. He's got his little jacket on. She's got her little dress. They're fancy. They're ready to go out. Love that. And then, let's see, what else was I going to show you? Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention on this card what I used, which ones I used. So I didn't show you these. So for this one, I used this cute little guy floating on clouds. How adorable. And for this one right here, I went to the airplane. Okay, so they're both up in the sky. Kind of wanted to have a little theme there. Let's see, did I get them all? Let's see, the birthday one. Yeah, I think I covered all of those. So you guys, a fantastic money saver in this collection. And they are super fun. Who doesn't love a teddy bear? Teddy bears are not just for children. We all love them. They're reminiscent of our childhood, and we all love a teddy. So I think these are just really fun. Take a look at the money saver right there on the right-hand side. And then down below the video are all the items. If you're looking for one of the push-out sheets or the paper pack or the doilies or the Dazzle stickers, you can find all those down below the video. There's also full color photos. That's if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page. And let's see, note to self, I need to tell you how to participate in our giveaway. But if you're watching this over on YouTube, then subscribe. It really helps our channel grow. Just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link that will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. So for our giveaway card, you guys, we're trying to promote our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. And this is all written at the end of the video if you want to check out the written instructions. But all we ask is you hop on over, if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, hop on over to YouTube, just click the little icon down below the video. It'll take you to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, give us this video a like or a thumbs up, leave us a comment. In about a week, we'll reply, congratulations, YouTube username blank. So you do have to know your YouTube username. That's what's left when you, the name that's left when you leave a comment. So just read your own comment, you'll know your username. And then you'll just be notified via the little notification bell at the top when we have announced a winner. We do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday video, so definitely come back and check that out. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.